Hello there, and thank you for purchasing Mesh To Spline from Rocket Lasso. Presumably you have purchased, downloaded, you're on a Mac and you're in your download folder, you've already unzipped it, and inside that folder you are currently watching the Mesh To Spline install Mac video. Okay, now there are two different versions for the Mac. If you're on an older version of the Mac, pre-Catalina, which would pretty much mean Cinema 4D R20 because Mesh To Spline only installs in R20 and above, then you would use the R20 version. But if you are in Cinema 4D R21 or beyond, using Catalina or beyond, you're going to use this folder. So assuming you are using this one, I am going to right click and just copy it. Now, the easiest way to install something in Cinema 4D is to go into your active version of Cinema. So here is S24 for me, and I can go into my Edit Preferences window. Inside of here, you can navigate to the plugins window, and there are two different buttons and essentially two different ways of installing. One way would be clicking Open Preferences folder. And if you click that, it will open up the folder that contains all of your different preferences. And we've got a lot of copies of Cinema because we're doing development. Here's my S24. Inside of there, I can find a plugins folder. And inside of that, I could right click and paste this copy of Mesh To Spline. But the other way of doing it, and I won't do that one, the other way of installing it would be to navigate to some local folder that you have on your computer or somewhere on your network. In my case, I have a folder called Plugins Local on my desktop. I will right click and paste my copied Mesh To Spline into this folder. And then inside of my copy of Cinema 4D, inside of the same preference window, inside of plugins, I can say add folder. And now I can navigate to that plugins folder. And then when I hit OK, you'll see that path be fed in. Closing the preference window, Cinema 4D can now be reset. So I will close Cinema 4D. No, I don't want to save. And then immediately reopen Cinema 4D. Close the quick start, and under your extensions dropdown or possibly plugins dropdown, depending on your version, you should see a new Rocket Mesh To Spline. Selecting that, you should be able to create any kind of mesh that you like. I will make a figure. Drop that inside as a child, and that mesh will be consumed, and it is now returning a spline instead. So that should cover everything involving the installation. You can always hit this question mark button to go to the help page, or also click on this examples button to go to a page that has a bunch of different scene files to download and explore. That should be an ever-growing collection as time goes on. So once again, thank you for purchasing, and I'll see you online. Bye-bye.